After the break, we'll hear the story of a young man who is coming from selling sweets to earning his second master's degree. Stay with us on Smile.
So he recently graduated from the St. Cloud State University in the United States. Neil Williams shares the story of triumph over trials. Good morning, welcome to Smile. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm doing well, and how are you?
We can't complain. Give thanks. So 2 master's degree. You get bachelor's before that.
Yes.
Obviously. And then you're going for your doctorate.
Yes.
All right. Apparently we're having some issues. So tell me a little bit about Neil Williams. Who is Neil?
Neil is a young man who believes he's called to be a server. So from very early, I knew that I would be in a field that would cause me to serve. I enjoy teaching, I enjoy the performing arts, and I also like drama and public speaking. I am from Milk River, Clarendon, and that's where I grew up in an extended family with my grandparents, aunts, cousins, and I am on the road to success.
Young people sometimes get a hard time because they're not focused and they want to watch too much TV. Obviously that didn't happen to you. You are certainly a focused young man, but where did that come from? Where did this drive that you wanted to do so well academically, where did that come from?
From very early, I knew that I wanted to be successful. From very early, I understood what excellence was. I also understood what mediocrity was. And I knew that anything that I'm associated with, I wanted to do it excellently. And that is why from very early, even in school, I wanted to earn the highest grade. So I left primary school being valedictorian and then carried that into high school, being very involved, leaving as valedictorian, going to CARIMAC, leaving as top radio documentarian, and then just going forward, because I just believe that everything that I do needs to be done well, and I also want to make my family and friends proud.
Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately in a serious way, people like you, they say you're like a nerd.
I've heard it.
Yeah, it's like a nerd and you don't have no fun and you just study. But you enjoy what you're doing and obviously are very pleased and happy with what you have achieved thus far.
Yes, I do enjoy what I've been doing. From high school, aside from academics, I was involved in leadership. I was involved in public speaking, debating, and that's what got me very excited. I also, from that time, was deputizing for teachers, and I enjoyed doing that.
Deputizing for teachers?
Yes.
Some people use humble beginnings and say, well, I'm not going to make it because I come from that area and not now go on for me and stuff like that. You sold sweets. What did that make you feel like? Because I'm certain a lot of other students around you didn't do that, and you probably thought that they were better off than you and stuff like that. So how did you feel doing all of that?
It was unfortunate, but I had a goal.
Why was it unfortunate?
Because as you said, other students never had to do it. They could come to school and focus solely on learning and also playing lunchtime. When lunchtime comes and when breaks time come, I am trying to get customers. I'm trying to have my sweets sold because I need the profit to help with school-related expenses. And as I said, I had a goal, and my mother and I were willing to do anything that was legal to get the goal achieved.
Yeah, and now that you look back, how do you think? When you look back and say, boy, I can't imagine me to sell sweet.
I'm happy about my journey, and I'm proud of my journey. It is not exactly how I'd want it to be, but I am immensely grateful that I have been making the goals, using different strategies to achieve them so that I can become who I have been called to be.
Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, which
Yes.
means you wanted to take my job, even though I'm not a journalist, I'm a broadcaster, but you don't want to be a journalist.
Not anymore. I want to be a broadcaster. It's actually in journalism school I learned the difference.
So you want my job?
Certainly.
Goodbye. Good to meet you. But why you changed from journalism? Are you serious when you said you wanted to be you want to be a broadcaster?
Yes.
But why did you change? Because your masters, one is in English language.
Yes.
And one is in
Teaching English,
as a second language. And your doctorate will be?
English composition and rhetoric.
Why there? Why did you want to do that?
I recognized that I wanted to be more intimate with people. I wanted to interact with them one-on-one. And what journalism or broadcasting does, you communicate with the masses, but you're not necessarily interacting with them. So I love to see people in front of me and empowering them. I like to see students progressing from one area of weakness, especially in writing, to another.
So why did you move from journalism to just being a broadcaster?
Journalism for me is about getting the news,
Yeah.
telling people what to think. I don't think that's my purpose.
Well,
My
not
purpose
necessarily
is,
telling people what to think.
or what to think about.
Yeah.
But my purpose, I believe, is educating and entertaining and empowering.
Yeah. What's next? After the doctorate, a second one? What's next?
I hope to do one PhD
When do I call you a doctor?
in the next 5 years. So that's
5 years?
2028.
It takes a little while.
Yes.
So that's it? Or more studying after that?
If I should ever study after this, it must be Bible school.
Bible school?
Yes.
Why, you want to be a pastor?
No, a more informed preacher.
You want to be a preacher?
Yes.
Pastor and preacher is two different things?
Yes, certainly.
Why? What's the difference?
The pastor is the administrator of the church, while the preacher declares the gospel. So pastors do both, but preachers don't necessarily pastor.
Oh, so pastors do both, but preachers don't
Necessarily.
necessarily do both. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed with you. Look into that camera and tell youngsters, not necessarily how they can reach where you are, because not everyone would have that desire. Some people might just want to be a good athlete or something, but tell the youngsters what to do, kinda.
Well, in life, I have learned two terms, temporary and permanent. Your current situation doesn't have to be your permanent situation. So what I have done, I have said to myself, I want better for me, and I believe that my start doesn't have to be my finish. So yes, your challenges may be great, and yes, you may have to exert more effort than others, but do not give up. Confucius said, when it is impossible that the goal can be achieved, don't change the goal, change the action steps instead. It can be done. I am doing it, others have done it, it can be done.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you too. It's an
Great
honor.
to meet you, and I hope I'll still be around when you start your broadcasting. As long as it's not this seat you're in.
We could do it together.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I wouldn't mind that. All right. So the next time we see this man, I'll call him doctor. But let's see if you can do a little broadcasting. Read the prompter, sir.
Incoming PhD student Othniel Williams still to come. Regency Petroleum Limited enters the LPG market.
You know, I get my job. I'll go out. I like it. I am truly impressed. I mean that. God bless you.
God bless you too, and thanks.
All right, we're going to go for a break. I think we have the second edition of News in 5 coming up in just a little while. Stay with us, please. Much more on Smile.